Hello, welcome to Shadow Radio. I'm Amanda, and today I'm doing a recap with Brett and Mama T. So, how are you guys doing?
Good.
I'm doing good.
Awesome. So, to start it off, this was your first investigation on the channel. Can you tell me about some of your experiences?
Well, I was a little bit nervous going into it, but I thought it went really good. Um, I I was touched on my hand, just ever so slightly. Um, I went into a room and I had a really heavy feeling.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to explain it. Um, and then really good EVPs. I had someone tell me no about playing with the ball, um, and then kind of chuckled at me because I chuckled, and then they copied me.
Yeah.
um, all in all, it was a very good experience.
That is fabulous. I'm glad you had a great experience. Uh, so, Brett, how was it investigating with your Mama T for the first time?
Investigating with mom was pretty awesome, I have to say. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, to be honest, but I think it went well. And, I hope she felt the same.
All right. Do you guys think that Sally and Chloe had a good investigation?
Yes, I know they did. We talked about it. I rode with them. We kind of made a girls' trip out of it,
Right.
and yeah, they they were talking about it. They want to do it possibly again.
Fabulous. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, definitely. They did talk to me a little bit too. Just said that they would be interested in the future to come on another one at some point, and that they really enjoyed the investigation. So
That is fabulous. I can't wait for another investigation with you three there. It's going to
Yeah.
be fabulous. What was your favorite part of the night?
uh, I'll let you go first.
Well, I'd like to say my favorite part of the night was there were certain parts like we were in the doll room
Mm-hmm.
and we had a lot of um, action going on there with the balls and the REM pod, and um, the when the guy told me no, the guy's voice told me
Mm-hmm.
no. Um, and Brett did this really cool thing where he asked, "Is this doll your favorite?" This doll, he pointed,
Right.
and they picked out the doll that was their favorite. I thought that was pretty neat. And then in the room that was when we were in that room, there was I seen a shadow in the hallway go by. So
Okay.
Brett went and investigated because he's seen it
Yeah,
too.
I thought I seen something move in the hallway too, and so I was like, that's in the same direction that there's been people having experiences with a child
Okay.
in
Yeah.
that bathroom area. That hallway goes right to that bathroom area, but it also goes to the red room.
Yeah,
And
in the red room, the heaviness I felt, but then when we went in to investigate it, the heaviness wasn't there. It was more at ease, but it was very. There were tons of orbs in there that you could see with your bare eyes.
Right.
Um, and Brett had a really good 3 a.m. challenge, I guess you would call it.
it was more like a runner up to our 3 a.m. stuff.
Well, yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, that experience definitely was a personal experience. I felt like something was touching me on the right shoulder. In the video, you could even see me reach for my right shoulder at some point. It felt like a hand was placed on it. Then, during that EVP session, I have the headphones on, and I'm just feeling drained. as we continue to do this EVP session, I'm starting to feel drained and drained. And second we leave the room, I notice I'm not drained at all.
Okay.
I actually had more energy than I had when we started investigating in that room. So I was all like, okay, well, that's something to take note of, obviously.
For sure.
And then, yeah, the doll room. The doll room with the ball, with one of the cat balls. Asked it to roll it to me, if they could roll the cat ball to me after it hadn't gone off for a bit. And sure enough, right on command, the ball lit up like it was being pushed or touched or, you know. Thought that was interesting, definitely. And I want to say those are probably my favorite parts of the night was that doll room and the red room.
All right. All right. So you guys had pretty good experiences and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's fabulous. So what was your guys' feeling before, during, and after the investigation?
Well, like I said before, I was very nervous about doing it because I didn't know really what to expect just by watching Brett's, you know.
For sure.
And then, but during it, I was at ease. I mean, I didn't feel like there was anything there that was going to hurt us or whatever.
Definitely.
And then after, we just couldn't stop talking about it. Oh, we went back to the motel room because we had got a motel for the weekend, and we stayed up for hour and a half talking about the whole night. So
Yeah.
Brett stayed there.
Yeah, I stayed at the location. I actually stayed in the red room.
Okay.
I did not have another experience while I was staying in the red room, well, that I know of, and I have to say I slept peacefully. With that though, before we got there, before I got there, I was feeling anxious. I drove separately, like Mom was saying. They had a girls' weekend out of it. And so I drove separate to this investigation. When I was getting close, I was getting more anxious. Obviously, going to a new place, you always have that. Okay, whatever.
Right.
You know, what are we gonna find out? What are we gonna learn? What are we gonna, And not just that, having first time investigators with me, and letting them sort of step in front of the camera right away rather than working them in. That was, I think, a very good thing. And I have to say, for first time investigators, you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
for you, Sally and Chloe. And I appreciate the extra hands while we're investigating too. It really helps. During the investigation, there was only the red room. It gave off a weird feeling during the tour, like an overbearing presence almost.
Okay.
That's the feeling that you get in that red room. Me and Mom both got the same feeling almost at the same time. We simultaneously started talking about it to each other.
Right.
Thought that was a very good, And Sally felt heaviness in her legs.
Okay.
She said in her chest and in her legs.
Yep.
Was it in the red room?
In the
Yeah.
red room.
Okay.
Yep. And me and Mom felt like a heaviness, like bearing down.
Okay. Yeah.
And which I thought that was very interesting. So I took, trying to take mental notes as the
Right.
tour is going. And during the investigation, I felt like there was definitely something eager to communicate, and something that just, I don't know if it was trying to like communicate or if it was just reenacting the same, like a residual type. After the investigation, I was happy to have had the experience, happy to share the experience with the owner, and also just grateful to be able to be there. So, took the long trip back solo.
Yeah.
And, it was a definitely good experience. I really enjoyed it. And, somewhere I would like to circle back to hopefully in a couple seasons.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going back there.
See, so,
Fabulous. That's great. Monty, for personal question, I'm gonna be coming back to the season, sometime April ish. Um, I would like you to be on experience with me.
Okay. As long as it's not too scary.
Well, yeah, I understand that. I understand that. We gotta build it. But
Right.
I definitely am
Well,
like
I think I
looking
can
forward to it.
handle whatever.
yeah, I feel like you more than capable.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
There's some of the places you just got to be careful, and then there's some that's it's I rather if we're gonna investigate it, I'd rather take myself, you know,
Right.
you know. But like when it comes to personal reasons and stuff like that, I feel like most of these places are manageable for you to be a part of.
Okay.
If you would like to, obviously. And Mama T does like the secretary work on the channel, and
yes,
she works with the history and the free merch and stuff like that. So she does a lot for the channel. To
yes,
get her
she
out
does.
on an investigation finally after 3 seasons of this was awesome, and
She did
that
so well.
yeah, definitely, definitely. So the same thing with Chloe and Sally.
For sure.
They did really well for their first time doing something like this. So
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
you are welcome. Like, thank you for being a part of it and everything. And like, you're fabulous. So, with that being said, so you guys see yourself going back there in the future, right?
Oh
oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fabulous,
He's already said that we'd like to go back.
Yeah, we
right?
definitely we have to circle back at some point. Just like a couple other locations that we've been to.
Right.
You got to go back, see if you have a similar experience, if it's the exact same, if something
Right.
changed. This is definitely one that I would circle.
Right. There's just a side note. They had these little notebooks and
Mm-hmm.
that the former owners
Oh, right.
Yeah.
they
Well,
had.
it was a bed and breakfast
Yeah.
they had put out throughout the property for people to write their experiences inside the booklets for others to have the opportunity to.
Right.
And I was reading some of them, so I would like to see if any of that sort of thing would happen to me, or
Right. Right.
Yeah, and everywhere is different. There's some places we go that we don't get activity, and fortunately, you went along with on your first investigation. You were able to experience something, and that's another thing I like to make sure everyone knows. Is like some of these places, it's some of them that we go to, we don't get activity. They don't get aired on our channel,
Right.
and some of them we go to, and the activity is continuous throughout the night. And it's just interesting how you go to places with claims of hauntings or historically haunted, and it varies. It does.
right.
It does vary. So I just want to tell everyone we appreciate you guys checking out our content. The Castle House.
For sure.
This location, it's in the title, haunted Castle House of the location for a reason. If you ever get the opportunity to go and check it out for yourself, I suggest you take that opportunity. It's in a beautiful location also. The location around there is the Ozarks area, located in Missouri, and not it's not too far from Osage Beach area.
Yeah. That's fabulous. Like, I can't wait to go there one of these days. Okay. With that being said, this is where it ends. I greatly appreciate you guys doing this recap with me.
We appreciate it. We're glad to have this opportunity. So if you haven't yet, make sure to show Amanda some love by hitting that like button. It really does help out on the channel. It helps with the algorithm. And we would appreciate each and every single one of you to join the community. So if you aren't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There's also a notification bell that'll let you guys know every time we post a new video on the channel. So if you're into history, you're into haunted locations, the paranormal, ghosts, spooky things, some true crime, you might be into our channel. We'll do a ton of traveling, go to different locations, check out different stuff and different types of hauntings. So we really do appreciate each and every single one of you. And we'll catch you next time right here on Shadow Radio on Mystical Shadows World.
Bye.
We also want to say thank you to the owners of the Castle House. You guys are definitely awesome. You gave us some awesome hospitality, gave us a tour, gave us the history of the location. Not just that, allowed us to investigate your location. So we greatly appreciate you guys giving us that opportunity. And we will see you again in a season or two.